Hello there and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you what it means to have a Leo moon. Our moon sign is different from our sun sign. Our moon sign governs our inner emotional world. So this shows to us how we process emotions inside ourselves and how we actually feel. Our sun sign rules over our most visible conscious expression. However, our moon sign rules over our more private inner world. It is usually only people that know you very well and that you are quite intimate and close with that will notice your moon sign traits. However, people that are merely acquaintances and strangers won't really see your moon sign side because this is a much more deeper side to our nature. When we are triggered by emotions, the way we respond to these emotional triggers will be indicated through our moon sign placements. So what does it mean to have a moon in Leo? When moon in Leo natives were children, they wanted to be stars. These were children who loved to perform. They would likely sing in front of the entire family or perform all kinds of performances in front of people. Moon and Leo people are people who truly want to be famous. They're people who want to be recognized. They want to be stars in this world. And you can usually notice this quality in them when they're very young because they won't be shy whatsoever. They will show their creative expression and they'll be very open about it. A moon in Leo child is usually very creative and expressive. They can also be very artistic and they can have a knack for performance arts. So that includes things such as acting, dancing, theater, whatever the case may be. A moon in Leo child will likely tell you when they're young that they want to be a movie star or they want to be a famous singer. Often moon in Leo people can be quite multi-talented because they incarnate into this life with many talents to choose from to pursue that can bring them into the limelight and that can make them a star. Moon and Leo natives also have quite a competitive nature, just like what all fire moons will have. And they really have a strong need and desire to win. Moon and Leo natives know that they deserve to be stars and they get incredibly disappointed when they do not get selected or when they fail. It is very important for these natives to feel like they are loved and that other people sees value in them. If they do feel that other people do not value them and do not love them and show any kind of affection and admiration towards them, they won't feel as confident and as capable as what they should. It's very important for Moon in Leo natives to receive a lot of love and affection and support from the people in their lives. Otherwise, they will feel quite insecure and inferior. They will feel like they do not really have a purpose in this world. To them, their purpose is to entertain, it is to woo. If they cannot do this, they can kind of feel like they do not serve any purpose in this world. Moon and Leo natives need to kind of feel like they are the best, like they are the stars. They do need to feel that other people see them as irreplaceable because they feel that if they do not possess this amazing, irreplaceable star-like quality to them, they will be disposable. Everybody wants to be on the star or the famous person's good side. Nobody wants to be on the star's bad side. To a moon in Leo, if other people that they come into contact with highly admire them and praise them, these people will not insult them, look down upon them, or make them feel inferior whatsoever. Moon and Leo natives have a very big fear for being made feel inferior by other people, and that is why it is so highly important for them to feel that other people have these massive amounts of respect for them. If they do not receive this admiration and respect from other people, they do not really know how to behave. Leo is a sign that is ruled by the sun, which means that generally Leos want to be noticed. They want to be these big, bright, influential people that has this massive impact on everything it touches. Just like we need the sun and we can't go without the sun, Moon and Leo people want other people to feel this way about them. They want other people to need them and to not be able to survive without their presence. Moon and Leo people are extremely expressive when it comes to their emotions, and it can be very, very tricky for them to actually hide their emotions. Their emotions are as transparent and as bright as the presence of the sun. You cannot ignore it. Their emotions impact everything that they touch. Their emotions impact everything that they deal with. Just like the sun has this incredibly large presence and it impacts everything it touches, so do a Moon and Leo's emotions. Now, just like when the sun is gone and everything turns dark and cold, so do things generally become when the Moon in Leo is gone. So what I mean by this is, if you have a Moon in Leo in your life, they usually make you feel very warm. They bring a sense of light and vibrance and fun into your life. However, when you have grown close to a Moon in Leo person and they are gone, you will notice the lack of their presence. You will notice how there isn't this bright, warm, influential person near you, and everything has kind of just gone cold and boring. Moon and Leo people have very, very vibrant personalities, and wherever they go, they can really liven up the mood. They make other people who might be a little bit down in the dumps and sad feel much better. Moon and Leo people aren't necessarily healers like what other moon signs are, but they are entertainers, and through that, they bring laughter and joy to other people. They might not have a healing aura, however, I do believe that laughter is one of the best medicines. So this is why I believe that even though Moon and Leo people do not directly try and heal other people, they heal other people through bringing other people laughter. They heal other people through bringing other people exposure to this magnificent performance or this magnificent expression of their art or their emotion. Like I said, Moon and Leo people are performers and they want to bring excitement to the life of others, and that is exactly what they do. They make other people feel excited. They make other people realize that life's not just about being sad and being boring. Life can be enjoyable. There's fun, funny things out there that we can engage with. Moon and Leo people love pleasure and joy so much that they will likely never say no to a party. You can bet that a Moon and Leo person will likely always be at a party. Moon and Leo people really possess this energy of cheer and joy, and wherever they go, it is contagious. Just like how the sun helps plants grow, Moon and Leo have this ability to bring out the positivity and the good in other people. They tend to focus on the good. They focus on the positive. They don't focus on the negative. This is a very good thing because they have a very optimistic, cheerful outlook and attitude towards life, and this tends to be contagious to other people. So when a Moon and Leo person is with a person who is quite negative, they know exactly how to get them out of that negative space and out of that negative mind state and to put them into a more joyful mind state. Now, because Leo is ruled by the sun, when a person has a Moon in Leo, they have a very strong connection between the moon and the sun. I did mention in my Cancer Moon video that Cancer Moons have different emotions based on the different phases of the moon. However, Moon and Leo people are more impacted by full moons and new moons, as well as lunar and solar eclipses. They aren't that much impacted by the phases of the moon as what a Cancer moon is. When it is a full moon, a Moon in Leo will feel very happy. They'll feel very positive and they'll just feel excited and great. When it is a new moon, they'll feel less energized and they'll just feel like resting more, and they can maybe shift into a slight negative mind space. Moon and Leo people pour their hearts into everything it is that they do. Their hearts are as solid as gold and their hearts are real. Moon and Leo people are not pretentious. They're just very good performers and very good actors. However, what they feel is very, very real. A Moon and Leo person cannot express a false emotion because everything that they do express comes directly from their hearts. The only time that they maybe might be able to express a false emotion is if they're acting, for example. But when they are being their authentic self, everything that they express is 100% authentic and it comes straight from their heart. When it comes to love, Moon and Leo people really love hard. Moon and Leo people are often very disappointed and hurt when it comes to love because they do find it very difficult to find a person who matches their level of expression when it comes to love. They want to feel that this person is crazy about them. They want to know that this person only wants to be with them. And very often it can be very tricky for them to find a person who has such a high level of expression of their love. Moon and Leo natives express their love incredibly passionately. Often other people can also feel very overwhelmed by how much love this Moon and Leo person is showering onto them. It's very important for a Moon in Leo to find a person who can reciprocate this extreme displays of affection and love that they show. If they're going to pour their affection and love into a person who does not show it back and reciprocate it to them, they are literally going to feel like their love is being poured into a black hole. Moon signs that are usually compatible with Moon in Leo are the following: Moon in Aries, Moon in Gemini, Moon in Cancer, Moon in Virgo, Moon in Libra, Moon in Sagittarius. Sometimes Moon in Leos can make it work with Moon in Pisces and Moon in Capricorn people. However, it can be a little bit challenging. The most challenging moon signs for a Moon in Leo is the following: Moon in Scorpio, Moon in Aquarius, and the Moon in Taurus. Moon and Leo people really need to release their emotions, as it can really feel like they will explode if they don't. When a Moon and Leo person feels an intense emotion, this intensity builds up in them. It almost feels like this heat that's about to explode. And if they don't let it out, it really hurts them. It pains them. It feels so uncomfortable. This is very similar to people who have a Moon in Scorpio. A dark side of the Moon in Leo is when they are so desperate to get attention and affection that they are literally willing to open up everything that they are to people that they should not open up to, or to people that don't deserve it. A Moon and Leo person can literally express their heart and soul to people who should not hear what their heart and soul actually is. What I mean by this is, very often when a Moon in Leo does not receive the admiration, praise, and attention that they so much deserve from the people in their life, they'll go and seek it from the wrong people. When they do seek it from the wrong people and they realize what they've done, they'll feel incredibly shameful that they have shown this side of their soul to these people. Now, Moon and Leo people can be incredibly vicious when provoked. You can imagine, Leo is symbolized by the lion, and the lion rules their emotional world. When there is danger or when they are threatened, they can become like a literal lion, like a wild animal. It can be so scary and intimidating that the best thing that you can do is to just run away. There is no way that you can win when a Moon and Leo person is roaring and screaming at you. Just like there is no way that you can win when a lion is roaring and chasing after you. You kind of just have to let the lion do its thing and steer clear. Very few moon signs have this incredibly powerful, explosive emotional nature when they're provoked. But also similarly, when a Moon and Leo person experiences positive emotions and love, they express this extremely strongly, just like they would their anger. Now, it can be quite ironic with Moon and Leos because they are so incredibly powerful and intimidating, but they are highly sensitive. Their sensitivity does not necessarily spill out onto others. So what I mean by this is, for example, water moon signs have this very receptive sensitivity towards others. But Leo moon people are very sensitive towards critique and insults towards themselves. If a person's going to try and push them down, make them feel inferior, make them feel weaker and like they're not worthy, this really, really gets to them. Insults toward the moon in Leo will hurt a moon in Leo more than actually shooting them in the foot. They'd rather you shoot them in the foot than you insult their character. This kind of negative commentary from people is something that they really, really struggle to deal with, especially if the negative commentary is focused towards them and who they are, or their art and their expression, for example. Because moon and Leo people are performers, you can notice that whenever they experience certain emotions, it is like a specific character comes through them. When they're happy, they're this character. When they're anxious, they're this character. When they're sad, they're this character. So there's like a different emotional character that shines through them each time they feel a specific emotion. Moon and Leo people can almost have like 100 different faces, just like what a moon in Gemini can, because they have different personality types that come through when they experience specific emotions. Moon and Leo people come across as these highly, highly independent people who have all this inner strength and capability. But what you do not realize behind the scenes is that their inner strength and capability is dependent on the amount of approval, love, and praise they get from other people. So they're actually highly, highly sensitive people. A moon and Leo person who does not receive a lot of love, approval, and praise in their life, and if they did not receive this throughout their childhood from their parents, they can be very, very introverted, quiet people who do not really express themselves that openly because they fear doing this, because they fear rejection or negative commentary, because they never really received positive commentary for their work when they were younger. Moon and Leo people who received lots of positive attention and praise for what they've made, when they're older, they're a lot more confident and they're a lot more open and expressive. They have no fear to receive negative commentary from people because majority of their life they've received positive commentary. This is the two ways that things usually can go with a person who has a moon in Leo. The way that people react to their expressions and their creations when they're children will usually indicate the kind of person they'll become as an adult. It will indicate whether they'll be a more introverted, quiet adult who doesn't express themselves much, or if they'll be an adult who actually has lots of confidence and who is very expressive. Very often when we look at famous people or we look at people who are appreciated by a lot of people, we think to ourselves, these people have no insecurities and these people are so powerful. But actually, these people likely have more insecurities than everybody else. The thing is, Moon and Leo people are exposed to much more critique than what most people are because they actually put themselves out there more than what other people do. Most people are very, very fearful to express themselves. So because they're not expressing themselves, they're not dealing with critique. But Moon and Leo people are constantly expressing themselves, and because they're constantly putting themselves out there, they constantly are dealing with critique from other people. So in a way, they kind of do it to themselves, where the reason they experience all this critique from other people is because they're consistently putting themselves out there more so than what other people would. This is not necessarily a bad thing. They just need to see it this way, that they're actually expressing themselves more than others, and through that, they do receive much more harmful commentary than what other people would. If you're just gonna sit in a room and do nothing all day, you're not gonna receive any hate or any negative comments from people. But if you're going to actually be doing stuff and be putting yourself out there in the world, you're constantly going to be dealing with hate from people. And this is how it goes with Moon and Leos. They're constantly dealing with hate from people. But usually the hate that they receive from people are people who aren't expressing themselves and who actually aren't doing anything themselves. These are the people who are merely spectating and commenting from their spectating. They're not actually doing anything themselves. So if you are Moon and Leo and you ever do feel that people are so rude, mean, and insulting towards you and what you do, just bear in mind that those people are likely not doing anything with their lives or with themselves. And they're insulting you, but what are they doing with themselves? The way a Moon in Leo person was treated when they were a child will dictate their adult emotional response. Like I said earlier, if they were treated with lots of love and approval and praise, they will have a very positive emotional nature as an adult. However, if it was more negative, their emotional nature as an adult can be a little bit more negative. Moon and Leo people really, really love children. And the reason for this is because children generally express themselves without any fear. When you look at a child hasn't developed an ego that is fearful of self-expression, and they usually just do what they want and they be who they want to be. Moon and Leo people want to be like this. They want to be able to express themselves without fear. They don't want to face all this mean comments and all this hate and insults when they're expressing themselves. They just want to innocently create and innocently express themselves, just like what children do. Very often, though, a lot of people have so much inner turmoil that they will go and insult a child's creation. If you want to know what a Moon in Leo feels when you insult them or you insult their creation, imagine what a child feels when you actually insult what they've created. Go up to a child and tell their child that their drawing is ugly and it's not nice, and see how that child reacts. That is what a Moon in Leo feels when they are faced with negative commentary from others. So be very, very careful how you treat a Moon in Leo person, and be aware that their inner emotional nature is very much like a child that just wants to express itself and create. Okay, so this is my video on the Moon in Leo. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see some more astrology and spirituality videos. Check out the link to my Patreon below if you would like to support this channel and to see what that is all about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.